Imagine your phone rings. No name on the screen. No greeting. Before you even consciously process the sound, your chest tightens. Your body recognizes the threat, and your nervous system reacts before your mind can catch up. You answer immediately, because answering at a normal speed is already considered late. On the other end, there is no yelling. There is only a terrifyingly calm voice asking for a flight during a hurricane, or a table at a restaurant that has been fully booked for a decade. This is a position millions would kill for. That phrase becomes a leash. When everyone around you insists this is a dream job, complaining about insane hours or personal humiliation feels like a sign of unworthiness. The industry takes your gratitude and uses it to justify the suffering. A normal boss explains what they need. Miranda simply releases a sentence into the air and expects reality to rearrange itself. Every task is secretly a test of translation. If she asks for a name, you are expected to know the spouse, the designer, the scandal, and whether that person is useful this season. You are not paid to complete tasks. You are paid to anticipate the shape of disappointment before it arrives. In a system where failure is the default state, your brain can never rest, and that constant anticipation causes permanent, paralyzing exhaustion. You might arrive on your first day with a human identity built entirely around not caring about fashion. None of that matters. The workplace evaluates your shoes, your sweater, and your intrinsic value before you even realize you are taking a test. The famous cerulean sweater speech is devastating because it exposes the massive machinery of the fashion industry's power structure. It reveals a highly coordinated system where a single color travels from a designer's imagination down through a chain of choices most people never see. Ignorance of this industry offers zero protection. The clothes sitting in your closet right now were dictated by the exact people you think you are mocking. This initial phase of conditioning serves a specific purpose. It destroys the comfortable illusion that you can exist safely outside Miranda's reality. The system has already reached you. Once you take the job, the phone rewrites your physical habits. You eat while watching it, you sleep near it, you hear phantom vibrations in quiet rooms. It acts as a psychological leash, completely erasing the boundary between office hours and private time. You miss birthdays, you cancel dinners, you answer calls mid-conversation. Unpredictable interruptions make you consistently unreliable, and eventually your friends and family get tired of competing for your attention with a woman they have never met. Your external support network quietly dissolves. You look to your senior coworker Emily for guidance. She knows the names, the hierarchy, and the tiny differences between failure and almost failure. Yet she is physically sick, perpetually stressed, and clinging to her proximity to power to prove the suffering has meaning. She is the terrifying future of a person who has learned the rules perfectly. The office never explicitly forbids a personal life. It simply makes maintaining one feel completely irresponsible. Rest feels lazy. Boundaries feel naive. Through thousands of tiny moments, your boss becomes the sole emotional center of your world. You adapt to survive. You start wearing the right labels and learning the silhouettes. You stop dressing for comfort and start dressing for permission, because the right clothing ensures people take you seriously before you even open your mouth. As you move faster and become more observant, cognitive dissonance sets in. You start wondering if your exhaustion is actually discipline. You wonder if the daily humiliation is simply high-level feedback, confusing the psychological damage you are taking with professional growth. If someone screams at you, the abuse is obvious. Miranda never screams. Her cruelty is meticulously controlled, beautifully dressed, and delivered with the emotional temperature of marble. She disguises the psychological violence as rigorous elegance. Your brain starts negotiating with the treatment. You tell yourself everyone else is just too weak, and that if you were better, it wouldn't hurt. You begin to admire the exact person who is systematically breaking you down. At Runway, a wrong coat is never just a wrong coat. It is treated as a symptom of unreliability. If you fail to get one detail right, Miranda assumes you lack the discipline to handle anything of importance, transforming a minor lapse into a character flaw. Demanding an unpublished Harry Potter manuscript is an absurd request, requiring you to navigate around massive public barriers and bypass actual crowds. It proves the job has absolutely zero reasonable scope. Your workload is defined entirely by Miranda's unlimited, invasive needs. Then comes Paris Fashion Week. The trip is a mechanical test. Surviving the office hierarchy eventually requires you to step directly over a peer who organized her entire physical and mental life around earning that exact reward. By accepting the trip to Paris, you prove you have fully internalized the toxic, cutthroat rules of the game. You are now making the exact same ruthless choices as the people you arrived judging. Consider Nigel. He gives years of warmth, craft, and absolute loyalty to the magazine. Miranda trades his dream away in one elegant move, simply to protect her own position. Loyalty, in this system, is a currency spent by the powerful, never rewarded. In this emotional economy, you endure an agonizingly low baseline of belittlement. Because of that deprivation, one rare moment of validation feels absolutely intoxicating. Your brain processes that tiny spike as genuine care. You work harder for rare scraps, mistaking being chosen for actual mentorship. The genius of the abuser lies in pure precision. She knows the exact minimum amount of validation required to keep an exhausted subject perfectly loyal. Leaving the job is complicated because of a central contradiction. Miranda's toxic methods produce results. She sharpens your eye, builds your resilience, and provides crucial professional access. It leaves you with an unanswerable question. Did you achieve professional greatness because of the cruelty she instilled in you, or did you simply manage to survive despite it? Walking away is not a surrender to weakness. It is the reclamation of personal autonomy from a system designed to consume it. The tragedy of the prestige job is realizing that you didn't just learn how to survive her world, you learned how to value it.